Hello students, I'm your instructor, Professor Monica Prakash from Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. Welcome back to the course on Destination Management. We bring this course to you as a part of ePathshala initiative of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India to make postgraduate education accessible to all. One's destination is never a place, but a new way of experiencing life. Tourists visit destination for a variety of reasons. It is important for a destination's leadership to understand why tourists visit it and what will bring more tourists. The key is to understand the travel decision-making process. In this module, we will discuss the different explanations to travel decision-making. A good number of authors have forwarded their thoughts on this concept. The basic meaning of tourism is a time-bound movement of individual to place external to his or her domicile. According to Ryan, tourism is a study of the demand and supply of accommodation and supporting services for those staying away from home and the resultant pattern of expenditure, income creation and employment. According to dictionary, tourism is travel for pleasure or business. Cooper and others suggested that tourism system can be understood through the travel paths taken by individual consumers. According to them, the tourism system comprises of 4 elements, that is, generating or source region, transit route, destination region, and the environment. Many researchers have considered tourists as consumers. Schiffman and Kanak have suggested a 3-step model treating tourists as consumers. Please have a look at the figure. The first stage is the input stage. In this stage, an individual is influenced by 3 components provided by destination's marketing, that is the product offered, its price, its promotion, and the channels of distribution. Another factor which affects the customer is socio-cultural factors, such as the family background, class to which he belongs, and his cultural background along with other recommendations like friends, relatives, colleagues, etc. The second stage is the process stage. Here, the need arousal, search of information, and evaluation of alternatives are much influenced by certain psychological factors specific to individual like motivation, perception, past learning, personality traits, attitudes, etc. Output stage is the last stage. In this stage, consumer confirms and makes his purchase. Positive experience lead to repeat purchase, or else there appears a need to reevaluate the alternatives. Thus, according to the model presented by Schiffman and Kanak, various tourist-related factors influencing the decision-making process can be listed down. Cook and others in 2008 referred to 5 basic set of travel decisions. Set 1 are the trip decisions. The initial stage of the travel decision begins with the decision to go on a trip. There are financial considerations. In this aspect, financial position of the tourist is important. That is, if he or she is in a condition to spend for a trip. If yes, what is the quantum of money that can be spared for the trip? The second trip related consideration is the time. First thing is availability. Money in isolation cannot suffice the trip decision. Therefore, availability of sufficient and proper time to be spent on the vacation ought to be in hand. Example, leaves for a profession or vacation for the kids. The second thing is efforts, that is the time required to plan the trip. The third consideration is the physical consideration, that is whether one is physically ready to proceed for the trip, especially in case of old age people. This consideration is vital. Other than old age people, any individual carrying a medical history has to take into consideration. For example, in case of would-be parents, the time of baby moon should be carefully decided as per the condition of female. And obviously, the place should not be adventurous and risky. Yet another consideration is who accompanies you. At times, people prefer traveling as a group and vice versa. Sometimes it is related to financial considerations. For sure, the group travel is a bit pocket friendly as compared to individual traveling. Group packages provided by travel companies are undoubtedly cheap as compared to individual packages, as it follows the principle of economies of scale. Safety and security are also the concerns when a person chooses to travel in a group. Another important consideration is related to gathering of the information. It is about the sources from where the trip decision can be aided. This can be done by individual or with the help of any tour expert or any established travel company like Cox and Kings, Thomas Cook's, Make My Trip, etc. And lastly, the interval consideration is also important sometimes. Here the gap between the last trip taken and the current trip needed is to be evaluated, as it will help in maintaining the joy and interest among the tourists. Set 2 are the decisions related to the destination. These decisions deal with the place to visit. This decision is studied in 3 parts, that is, place, expectation, and feasible time. By place, we mean exactly where we want to travel. It can either national or international as per the financial position of the individuals. After narrowing down on the choice of a place, it is necessary to evaluate it vis-a-vis the expectations. That is, what are the expectations of an individual from the place and up to how far it will be fulfilled. This is called the expectation analysis. Tourist may be snow lover, beach lover, shopping lover, or just an explorer to a unique destination. It is understood that every tourist has some hidden desires before planning for a visit. Along with expectation, tourists must also consider a good time to visit a place. For example, snow lovers need to opt for a period wherein they can find some snow on a hill station, or else it may lead to disappointment. A third set of decision is the commitment to the destination type. Sometimes visitors have a fixed mindset for a place. There are tourists who every time travel in the same manner and to similar type of places like hill station, etc., and the travel operators find it utmost difficult to change this perception. The fourth set of important decisions are the trip preparation decisions. A tourist needs to decide on the starting date of journey and the finishing dates of the journey. And it can also be called as R2R, plan of trip, that is, the itinerary overview of the trip including multi-destinations along with the mode of transport used for the entire trip. The smooth flow of the trip depends on reservations like rail, air, hotel and cruise with the part payment in advance. A last set of decision relates to specifics during the trip. This decision includes the hassle-free and most convenient route to reach the destination and a specific place to stay there, and the activities that an individual will be participating in like river rafting, trekking, water sports, paragliding, underwater diving, etc. at extra cost, or maybe cruise or any other kind of entertainment based activity. Having discussed the Cook's 5 basic sets of travel decisions, let us now discuss the basic travel decision making process as suggested by Cooper and others in 2008. It has 7 components. First is need arousal. The tourist realizes that she desperately requires going out on a trip. It may be the result of monotony capturing his productivity, or his attitudes towards a normal routine life has changed. Therefore, the need arousal is the result of identification of some unique issues. It may also be supported by various other factors like special day celebration or opportunity present to go on a trip, along with all supporting aspects like finances, etc. Need arousal is therefore triggered by internal monotony and external attractive tour package stimuli. Second factor is the recognition of the need. Authors like John Dewey have considered it as the first step to a decision making. Need recognition occurs when a consumer identifies a need and thinks of a product that might meet this need. In this step, the consumer is very much clear about what will solve his problem. The next factor is the level of involvement. Once the need for traveling is recognized, it is important to analyze what will be the attributes of the excursion, or more precisely, how the itinerary will be designed. Here the first decision set given by Cook and others, as discussed earlier, needs to be considered. The fourth factor is the identification of alternative. Once the level of trip is decided by the individual, collection of information regarding places that can be visited as per resources available. Here, several alternatives can be identified and evaluated. It is better to list down all possible alternatives and also the desirable alternatives. Nowadays, there are many companies who will act as a moderator in the process. And nevertheless, internet is one keeping in mind the 4 A's of tourism. The fifth factor is the decision choice. It is the most crucial stage wherein the tourist needs to first weigh each alternate and then choose the best alternate. It is essential for a tourist to be vigilant and not influenced by impulsive decision directing agents, websites or travel companies. At times, the offers provided announced by the travel company are ambiguous and leads to delusion. For example, 6 days and 5 nights tour includes the travel time also, and actual stay is of 4 days only. Combination of one or more alternate choices on the trip like accommodation, sightseeing, travel ticket booking can be done through different sources or by the individuals too. Once all the parameters read well of an alternate and matches with the value system of individuals, the alternate can be frozen for the purchase. The sixth step is the purchase action. The travel decision comes closer to the end with the booking of destination selected. It means it is the time to implement the decision taken in the previous stage. Here the word action states that the alternate selection process remains incomplete if the same is not confirmed by the tourist. That is, reservation of various components in the trip like accommodation, transportation, etc. Therefore, the tourist ultimately purchases the travel product or services. The seventh and the last factor is the post-purchase behavior. Any purchase decision returns an experience which may be positive or negative. A positive experience generates positive word of mouth and may lead to repeat purchase. For example, airline selected, tour operator selected, etc. This is the final step of the entire travel decision-making process. The result must ensure that the need recognized in the second stage is met or unmet, otherwise the entire process needs to be revised thoroughly. There are again several reasons of unmet need like erroneous need recognition, insufficient information collection, selection of inappropriate alternate, etc. Let us now quickly run through some models of travel decision making. In 1977, Schmoll came up with a model of travel decision process. It has 4 components. Have a look at the graphic representation of the model. First is the travel stimuli. Any external or internal stimulus triggers an individual need or desire to travel. The individual is influenced by a number of factors that are present within and outside. As stimuli, both play an important role equally in travel commitment. Advertisement, promotional offers, word of mouth, testimonials on websites, recommendations, etc. These are major external stimuli. Apart from these, government restrictions do play an important role. Example, visa on arrival for Indian nationals for various countries, value of currency, etc. are also considered by many individuals. Second component are the external variables. The destination image, last travel experience, travel objective, time and cost involved will constitute external variable. Next important component according to Schmoll are the social and personal determinants of travel behavior. Socio-cultural environment and psychological factors discussed by Schiffman and Kanak are the main determinants of such behavior. Social class, culture, family, perception, motivation, attitude, need, desire, value, opinion, etc. are within the individual, and at times they are also so strong that it is utmost difficult to change. Finally, characteristic and features of service destinations are an important factor. Cost value analysis, amenities offered, sufficient information, reviews and type of arrangements offered is studied under the feature of service destination. Another important model was suggested by Matheson and Wall, model 1982. This model is an abbreviated form of the model presented by Cooper as discussed earlier. Similarity between the models can also be seen easily, although the model does not talk about involvement level in the product or decision. Cooper has presented a more comprehensive model and has discussed about every process individually and exclusively. Look at the figure on your screen. Andre reviewed the model in 2014 and mentioned that the model is influenced by 4 relationship factors. That is, tourist profile including age, education, previous experience and motivation. 2. Facilities and services on trip. 3. Destination characteristic, and lastly, trip characteristic of the trip like distance, etc. In 1989, Woodside and Helsinki came up with their suggestion. Look at the graphic. As discussed in Schiffman and Kanak model, any consumer behavior is affected by firms' marketing like product, price, promotion and channels, and consumers' personal and psychological variables. The earlier one is called marketing variable and the latter as traveler variable by Woodside and Helsinki in the model. The model talks about the destination's awareness, which is influenced by affective associations and converts awareness into preferences for trip. Moscardo and others model presented in 1996 is shown on your screen. It has 6 components. First, tourist desire to travel. Second, information search. Third, set of alternatives. Fourth, evaluation of alternatives. Fifth, decision making. And sixth, evaluation of decision making. Having discussed some travel decision making models, students, we will now have a look at some of the complexities in travel decision making. Before the final travel decision is made, the tourist face countless dilemmas, and until they are all sought out, the purchase of any tourism-related product is unlikely. At times, the tourists are facilitated by travel companies or tour operators, but unfortunately, selection of travel company is also one complexity in travel decision-making process. Let us look at some of these complexities. One is the recommendation complexity. An individual is surrounded by social, cultural, environmental, which to a great extent affect the final decision completion process. For example, a recent visit taken by a close friend may recommend to his group for the same. It must be noted that all elements present in the trip decision may not have a similar and positive feedback and will differ as per individual's personal experience. Nowadays, the picture, informations and the captions uploaded on social networking sites are acting as recommendations. 2 is the emotional complexity. Certain situations have a patterned way of making a trip decision and more or less are found to be similar to the other tourists who are similarly situated. For an instance, honeymooners have similar choices in making a trip decision for romantic destinations or an easily accessible one. As reported by the Times of India, Coorg in Karnataka, Udaipur in Rajasthan, Kovalam in Kerala, Shimla in Himachal Pradesh, Ooty in Tamil Nadu, Nainital in Uttarakhand, etc. are commonly preferred as honeymoon destinations by couples in India. A third complexity is the time complexity. The trip decision needs time and effort as well as perfect duration for visiting a specific destination. Each destination differs in its best time to visit. Information, factors like festivals, monsoon, public holidays, summer and winter break, etc. makes a lot of difference to trip decision. Fourth is the complexity related to selection of service providers. Another issue which is challenging is from whom to avail various facilities or the combination of facilities. This challenge becomes more complicated to overcome with the presence of numerous service providers present offline and online. It is essential to draw attention to the fraudulent offers by service providers. The information, charges, packages disclosed may be deceptive or subject to terms and conditions. Here the principle of caveat emptor is applicable, which means the user or buyer or tourist is alone responsible for checking the terms and conditions, policies and agreements before making any purchase. Another complexity is the information search. Complexity, there are a number of resources which provide ample of information, but their authenticity remains dubious. Although associations like IATO, Indian Association of Tour Operators, established in 1982, National Apex body has over 4,000 members covering all segments of tourism industry who can help inbound and outbound tourists to a greater extent, as it is internationally accepted and linked. It acts as a rich source of information and can reduce this level of complexity to a greater extent. An important concern for visitor is the security. We will call the security complexity. Security can be divided into many categories like physical, financial and emotional. Physical security is the basic requirement of a tourist, which included safety dimensions present in the journey and the decision free from all kind of untoward incidents. Next category talks about cost versus satisfaction analysis, and for sure the latter needs to be higher than the previous one. We call this high involvement complexity. As it is already discussed, the disposable income is one factor influencing the decision. Therefore, it would not be fair enough to mention that domestic tours are of low involvement and international are of high involvement nature. For example, for a person with low disposable income, even a trip worth rupees 30,000 can be high involvement decisions. Therefore, it must be noted that all kinds of trip decisions are of high involvement nature, and any plug holes can lead to serious repercussions and financial loss. Students, information has a vital role to play in travel decision making. Let us discuss the role of information support in travel decision making. There are number of sources from wherein the information related to various aspects of tourist destinations are available. Some are of commercial nature, while there are some other sources which are non-commercial. Examples of the former include official websites of the state tourism development corporations, national tourism guides, government tourism offices, government tourism brochures, travel companies and operators, local as well as franchisees, etc. These organizations also release advertisements and undertake personal relations and sales promotion activities. Examples of non-commercial sources of information include newspapers, magazines, self-experiences, family, friends and relatives, which are quite instrumental. These information play a vital role in tourist choice of a destination. So, student, in this module we discussed how a travel decision is arrived at. The outcome of such a decision is the decision to visit a destination. Destination leadership must therefore be insightful of such concerns and criteria. Travel decision making is difficult to compose as it involves variety of elements in it. Mill and Morrison have suggested that for all types of tourism, you might need to travel, but simply traveling does not make it tourism. Tourism definitely involves some things more than that. Stay, travel and cuisines of different places makes it joyful and returns fond memories. A tourist with these in mind plans for a trip. She is engaged in accumulating best piece of information from all possible sources regarding various alternatives. Travel decision making is essential, supported by information about the 4 A's, that is, attraction, accommodation, accessibility, and amenities. In the next section, we discuss the various travel need theories like Maslow's need hierarchy, travel career ladder, push and pull, which highlights the concerns relevant to taking travel decision. In this module, we have also discussed a basic consumer decision-making model proposed by Schiffman and Kanak. Cooper's travel decision-making model. Small models are among important models used for discussing the process of decision-making over and over again by researchers across the world. Other models like Matheson and Wall model, Woodside and Helsinki model, Moscardо model, and 3-step model by Gretzel are the recent developments over previous models. However, the complexity faced by the tourist remains an important issue. The travel decision is considered as of high involvement, although and some uncertainty can be reduced to an extent by relevant and reliable information sources. So, I believe that this discussion must have provided you with some insight as how visitors choose a destination to travel to. As destination managers, you can now make strategies to attract and retain your tourist. In the next session, we will now discuss tourist behavior at the destination. Thank you.